What's up guys, I'm back like I never left. In this video we're going to be talking about Lordstown Motor Workhorse Hyliion stock. There's been a major news that came out that significantly affect these stock prices. We're also going to be looking at exactly what to expect for these companies for the next few days, next few weeks coming up. I'm also going to be doing a quick stock market recap and important economic reports that we need to pay attention to for tomorrow that can significantly affect the stock market. So make sure you stay tuned. Now let's get right into the video. Before we get into that, I appreciate if you guys can hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions or any comments, make sure you drop in the comment section below. So yesterday we talked about the major banks are going to be reporting earnings today. So we got JP Morgan, Citigroup reported their earnings. They did pretty well. They beat earnings, but of course they sold off to the downside, which is unfortunate. And they are also indicating that there needs to be a second stimulus package passed for the U.S. economy to recover. So that is one of the main things that they talked about. And as you can see, the banks, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citi, they dragged the whole stock market to the downside because all of them trended to the downside. We also have earnings coming up pretty soon for Bank of America. So those are the things that we need to pay attention to for the financial sectors. And also we have the majority of the stock market selling off to the downside too. So we also had talked about Apple yesterday, that the stock could potentially have a sell off to the downside. Usually on event days, Apple stock sells off to the downside. A lot of people sell into the news, just like buy the rumors, sell the news events that happen usually with these major companies. That's exactly what happened to Apple stock, down 2.65% to the downside. But we have Amazon, Microsoft, we still did not lose or gain that much at the same time. So now let's talk about Workhorse stock. Yesterday, we talked about the USPS contract can potentially be announced. Today, unfortunately, they postponed that till the end of the year, so we still have to wait. And in spite of that, analysts came out, they downgraded the stock from a buy to neutral, and they lowered their price target to $27, and the stock went down 11.1% to the downside afterwards. It's down another 1%, so it's still up the $20 mark that we talked about yesterday, which was the minimum expectation for analysts that they're looking at is going to be $20. The high is $33, and also the trend is still to the upside right now, still trading above the price point that it broke out. So definitely the stock is still on the uptrend. We also have ARK Invest that bought more shares today, which is a great sign. When these dips happen, the smart people actually buy instead of panic and sell off, depending upon how you approach Workhorse and what's your initial plan when it comes to getting involved in this company. So now let's talk about Lordstown Motor. As you can see over here, we got Diamond Peak Holdings, which are going to be doing a reverse merger and taking Lordstown Motor public. They have their merger vote on October 22. So make sure you have shares, make sure you vote. And as you can see, the stock price is actually higher, and also Workhorse owns 10% stake in this company too. But I'm going to cover exactly the major big moves that this company is making right now that can be used as an example for any other electric vehicle company that is going to be planning to go public in the future. Big moves that Lordstown Motor is doing right now is getting more exposure to their vehicles. Recently, they've been to the White House and they actually had the president to talk about their vehicles, what makes it different. Now they have celebrity to endorse their vehicles right now. So they basically tapped Joe as celebrity spokesperson for Endurance Truck. So this is an American football player. If you don't know him, he plays for Cincinnati and he was the #1 draft pick for the NFL. So he has a really great track record. That's why they picked him. Now let's check out Lordstown Motor doing exactly what other companies need to do if they want to get more exposure. So let's check out the president talking about Lordstown Motor.
Well, the hub motor. And this is the only one that does this in the world. And it has a lot of advantages. Maybe you explain the advantages.
Well, it's just true four-wheel drive. The first true four-wheel drive pickup truck ever made. So with a computer and a motor on each wheel, you can get the best traction possible. So if you look 50 years out and cars have four wheels, they're going to have simple hub motors on them because it's
You think that this is the wave of the future?
Yeah.
This is the first time it's ever been done. It's been thought of for a long time.
Yeah.
It, in theory, should work better.
Yeah.
I mean, it should work better.
It does work
It
better.
also gives you room inside here.
Yeah.
So is that additional room that you
Yeah,
have?
so it's the first pickup truck with a trunk. It's in the front, so you call it a frunk, but you have to pronounce carefully.
Right.
But it's the first, it kind of you can eliminate a toolbox back here because you can put your things up front.
when you actually see the price action for Diamond Peak Holdings, their merger date is pretty soon, which is going to be on October 22, as I covered. The stock actually closed green, which is great, even though Workhorse stock sold off to the downside. Workhorse owned 10% stake in this company. It's great to see that this is actually performing by itself pretty good, even though it reacted to the downside just like when Workhorse sold off to the downside. So we'll see exactly how things are going to be unfolding. Of course, the main thing that we're going to be looking at is things starts to go smooth. The company goes forward with the merger and gets a lot of exposure. A lot of investors can potentially back this company, and we can see potential rise in the price in the short term. So of course, our first price target that we talk about is going to be the high that it made, the 52-week high for this company. If everything goes as planned, it can potentially go to $31. And of course, if it doesn't, and if things go south, if the merger gets postponed, if we see major sell-off happening after the merger, the price can potentially go down to, $19, $18. So this is going to be the support area that we're going to be watching in the short term for Diamond Peak Holdings. So definitely keep an eye on for this company. They seem to be making the right moves at the right time in this specific moment. So when you look at Hyliion stock, on the other hand, as you can see over here, Hyliion stock unfortunately broke down to the support area we're looking at, which is $27, and it closed below that. However, there's still hope. After hours, there's news that came out that helped the stock to spike up 2.72% to the upside. That news was that Aximon Ventures just closed an 11% stake in Hyliion. So this is the main news that came out after hours, that the stock actually spiked up 2%. So they have 16.7 million shares. That is fantastic, to see exactly if we can get more investors or firms to get involved in these companies. This stock can definitely spike higher and higher. From now, let's talk about what are the important economic reports that we need to pay attention to for tomorrow. So for Wednesday, October 14, we got at 8:30 a.m. we got the producer price index. This is going to be for the month of September. The previous was 0.3%, and the median forecast is 0.2%. So watch out for this economic report. Also, if you are new to the channel, if you have any questions or any comments, make sure you drop in the comment section below and subscribe. And if you want to join the Discord chat or sign up at Webull, there's links available. You can get 2 free stocks. Also, if you want to join the Patreon page, I'm going to be posting a lot of research. There's also a Patreon trading account where I actively manage a portfolio. So if you guys want to watch it, place trades, we're currently up 50%. If you want to follow that, you can come join, sign up, links in the description box below. But I catch you guys on tomorrow's video. Make sure you have a solid plan, manage your risk, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace out.